Have you ever wondered what would happen if a massive solar eruption hit Earth? It's a thought that has certainly sent chills down the spine of many a space enthusiast. Solar eruptions, including solar flares and coronal mass ejections, are some of the most powerful phenomena in our solar system. Born from the sun's magnetic field, they explode with an energy equivalent to billions of nuclear bombs. These eruptions hurl plasma and magnetic field particles into space, and when they're Earth-directed, they can cause a whole host of issues, from disrupting satellite communications to even potentially causing power blackouts. But how do these eruptions occur? Well, they're essentially the sun's way of releasing pent-up energy. Imagine twisting a rubber band. The more you twist, the more tension builds. Similarly, the sun's magnetic field lines twist and stretch until they can't hold the energy any longer, culminating in a spectacular solar explosion. Let's dive into the top 10 most powerful solar eruptions ever recorded. Starting our countdown at number 10, we have the X-ray flare of January 2005. This spectacular display of solar power was a sight to behold. The flare erupted with such intensity that it was classified as an X-class, the highest category for solar flares. The 2005 X-ray flare was not just powerful, it was also incredibly bright. So bright, in fact, that it momentarily blinded the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory's instruments, a spacecraft dedicated to observing the sun. This flare was a clear demonstration of the sun's ability to disrupt our technological systems, as it had a significant impact on Earth's magnetic field. The flare's powerful electromagnetic pulse caused a geomagnetic storm, which led to disruptions in satellite communications and power systems. Despite this, the event was a reminder of the dynamism of our home star. This event reminds us of the sun's power, but it's just the beginning. Number 9 on our list brings us to a solar storm that almost hit Earth in 2012. This event is a chilling reminder of how vulnerable our planet is to the sun's volatile behavior. On July 23, 2012, our sun ejected a massive cloud of charged particles, known as a coronal mass ejection, or CME. This particular CME was detected by NASA's Stereo A spacecraft, which observed the solar storm hurtling through space at an incredible speed. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If this CME had erupted just a week earlier, it would have been on a collision course with Earth. The effects could have been catastrophic, disrupting power grids, satellite communications, and even our GPS systems. It's a stark reminder that solar storms of this magnitude can and do occur. While we dodged a bullet in 2012, other solar eruptions haven't missed their mark. Coming in at number 8, we have the solar storm that caused the 1989 Quebec Blackout. Picture this. The year is 1989, and a massive solar storm sends an intense wave of charged particles towards Earth. This wave interacts with our planet's magnetic field, inducing a surge of electricity in Quebec's power grid. Within seconds, the entire province plunges into darkness. Just imagine, millions of people without power, traffic lights out, subways halted, all due to a solar storm millions of miles away. The blackout lasted for 9 hours, but the effects were far-reaching. The event exposed the vulnerability of our power systems to solar activity, and it prompted a significant shift in how we prepare for and respond to space weather events. Today, our power grids are more resilient, thanks to the lessons learned from the 1989 Quebec Blackout. This event was a wake-up call, showing us just how vulnerable our technology can be. Number 7 on our list takes us to the 2003 Halloween storms. These storms were a series of solar eruptions that took place from October 23rd to November 4th. The sun was in full costume, spewing out solar flares and coronal mass ejections like a jack-o'-lantern gone mad. It's worth noting that these storms were exceptionally intense. They created a geomagnetic storm that reached the maximum level of 5 on the Space Weather Prediction Center's scale. The impact on Earth was significant, with our planet's magnetosphere taking a direct hit. The consequences of this solar onslaught were far-reaching. Satellites in space took a real battering, with some suffering permanent damage. The storms also caused an array of technological disruptions down here on Earth, including temporary outages in the GPS system and high-frequency radio communications. Despite the chaos, These storms provided scientists with invaluable data on solar behavior and Earth's magnetic response. These Halloween storms were a fright indeed, but they're not the most powerful on our list. At number 6, we have the 1972 solar flare that could have been disastrous for Apollo astronauts. This flare, which erupted from the sun in August of 1972, was one of the most powerful solar events in recorded history. It unleashed a wave of radiation and charged particles that raced towards Earth at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Now, here's the twist. If the solar flare had occurred just a few months earlier, it would have caught Apollo 16 astronauts on their way to the moon, exposing them to potentially lethal doses of radiation. If it had happened a few months later, it would have hit the crew of Apollo 17. This near miss led to a re-evaluation of the risks posed by solar activity to human space exploration. It prompted NASA to develop more robust protocols for predicting and mitigating the effects of solar storms on astronauts. This flare was a close call, but the top 5 eruptions are even more jaw-dropping. Cracking the top 5, we have the infamous Carrington Event of 1859. This was not your average solar storm. The Carrington Event was named after British astronomer Richard Carrington, who first observed the solar flare. It was a powerful geomagnetic solar storm caused by a coronal mass ejection, a large expulsion of plasma and magnetic field from the sun's corona. Telegraph systems across Europe and North America went haywire, with some operators getting electric shocks from their equipment. Telegraph paper even caught fire. This event was the first time humans realized the sun could dramatically affect our technology. In the grand scheme, the Carrington Event was a wake-up call for humanity. It showed us that we are not isolated from the cosmic events happening millions of miles away. We learned that our sun, while life-giving, can also unleash powerful storms that can disrupt our modern way of life. The Carrington Event was a game-changer, but wait until you hear about the top 4. Number 4 brings us to a massive solar flare from 1982. This colossal eruption was a spectacle of cosmic proportions, a testament to the raw power of our sun. The 1982 solar flare was a humbling reminder of our place in the universe, a stark demonstration of the sun's fiery might. This flare's strength was remarkable. It was an X-class flare, the most powerful category of solar flares. The energy released in this single event was equivalent to billions of atomic bombs. This flare's impact on Earth was significant, but thankfully our planet's magnetic field absorbed most of the energy, protecting us from the worst of its effects. The solar flare caused some disturbances in Earth's magnetic field, resulting in spectacular displays of auroras visible as far south as Texas. Radio communications were also affected, with many reporting static and other disruptions. This flare was a force to be reckoned with, but the top 3 eruptions are even more formidable. The bronze medal of solar eruptions goes to the Bastille Day Event of 2000. This was a spectacular solar storm that occurred on none other than July 14th, Bastille Day, a significant date for our French friends. A massive sunspot, almost 13 times the size of Earth, unleashed a powerful X5 class flare, shooting out a coronal mass ejection directly towards our planet. When this solar onslaught hit Earth's magnetic field, it caused one of the most severe geomagnetic storms in recorded history. Satellites in orbit experienced technical glitches, power grids strained under the pressure, and the northern lights, or aurora borealis, put on an extraordinary show, visible as far south as Texas. But the Bastille Day event wasn't just a moment of chaos and beauty. It also played a pivotal role in solar storm research. The data collected helped scientists better understand the sun's behavior and how to predict future solar storms. The Bastille Day event was extraordinary, but the top 2 eruptions are in a league of their own. Just missing out on the top spot, at number 2 we have the 2017 solar flare. This event was a remarkable display of our sun's uncontrollable might. On September 6, 2017, the sun erupted in one of the most powerful solar flares seen in over a decade. This flare was classified as an X9.3, putting it in the most intense category of solar flares. The burst of radiation was so powerful that it caused a significant radio blackout on the sunlit side of Earth, affecting high-frequency radio communications and low-frequency navigation systems for about an hour. While these effects were temporary and didn't cause any long-term damage, they served as a stark reminder of our vulnerability to the sun's whims. Despite its intensity, the 2017 flare didn't lead to any spectacular auroras or other visible phenomena, as the eruption wasn't directed towards Earth. Nevertheless, it gave scientists valuable data for studying solar activity. This recent flare shows the sun's unceasing power, but it's not the most potent eruption on record. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The most powerful solar eruption ever recorded, the 2006 X-class flare. In the grand theater of the cosmos, the sun had a showstopper for us in 2006. The X-class flare of that year was nothing short of phenomenal. This solar flare was so powerful, it went beyond the standard classification system, forcing scientists to rethink how they measure solar activity. The flare's energy output was akin to 1 billion hydrogen bombs. It was a cosmic spectacle of unparalleled strength, a stellar fireworks display that was both awe-inspiring and a sobering reminder of the sun's potential to disrupt our technology-dependent world. The impact on Earth was significant. Satellites experienced disturbances, and even our protective atmosphere couldn't completely shield us from the flare's effects. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station had to take shelter. This event underscores the sheer power of our sun and the importance of monitoring solar activity. These top 10 solar eruptions remind us of the sun's immense power and its potential impact on our planet. Each of these events, from the awe-inspiring Carrington Event of 1859 to the recent flare of 2017, have left lasting impressions on our world and our understanding of our resident star. Solar eruptions are not just celestial fireworks. They are powerful, violent releases of energy that can have profound effects on our planet. They can disrupt satellite communications, interfere with power grids, and even pose a threat to astronauts in space. The 1989 Quebec Blackout, for instance, was a stark reminder of our vulnerability to the sun's tempestuous behavior. And yet, each of these events also brings with it a wealth of scientific data, helping us to better understand the mechanics of the sun and its influence on our solar system. The 2012 near miss, for example, provided invaluable information about the speed and intensity of solar storms, shaping our strategies for prediction and preparation. The study and prediction of solar storms are of paramount importance. With our increasing reliance on technology and infrastructure, the need to protect against potential solar disruptions is more pressing than ever. Organizations around the globe, including NASA and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, are constantly monitoring the sun, using sophisticated technology to predict solar storms and mitigate their impacts. These top 10 solar eruptions, each unique and remarkable, have not only shaped our past, but also guide our future. They remind us of our place in the cosmos, of our intimate connection with the sun, and of the need to respect and understand its power. After all, the sun is not just a distant, fiery ball of gas. It is a complex, dynamic system, integral to life as we know it. As we continue to explore the cosmos, understanding our sun remains one of our greatest challenges and opportunities. Your journey with us into the depths of our sun's explosive power doesn't have to end here. If you've learned something new from these solar tales, then we encourage you to like this video and share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. Solar phenomena are a topic of fascination and discussion for many, and your input could spark a conversation that illuminates new perspectives. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more content like this. Our universe is vast and filled with wonders, and we are constantly exploring and sharing new findings about it. By subscribing, you become a part of our community of knowledge seekers, and together we can delve further into the mysteries of our cosmos. And remember, knowledge is most powerful when shared. So, pass on this cosmic journey to your friends and family, and let's all marvel at the awe-inspiring power of our resident star. The sun is not just a distant, fiery ball of gas. It's a testament to the incredible forces at play in our universe, and a reminder of our place within it. Together, let's continue to explore, understand, and respect its power.